IUPUI, we have Katie Camello, Jenna Eichelberger, and head coach Austin Parkinson. As per usual, we'll begin with an opening statement from the head coach. Then we'll take questions for the players only. We'll dismiss the players, then come back to questions for the head coach. We'll begin with an opening statement from you, Coach Parkinson.
Well, obviously it's a big win for us. I thought our kids competed at the level that you need to compete to win a tournament game. Since we hadn't been here in 3 years, I thought early in the game, we wanted to do so well and made some mistakes. But as we got into the flow and got into the rhythm, I thought our defense played very well. And obviously for us, we shot the ball better than we've shot in a while. And so when we make shots, we're a pretty good basketball team, and our defense, kind of carried us at the end.
All right, again, questions for just the players, and please identify yourself.
Jeff Kopak in the forum. And for either players, what was the those last 2 3-pointers in the first half? What effect did that have on the game?
They just kind of gave us some momentum going into the second half. We kind of started off a little bit slow, so it was big for us, for momentum to start off good in the second half.
What was the difference from last week's game to this week's game? You just got done playing NDSU.
The difference was basically we wanted it more. This is a big step. Going from last week, it was a preparation to getting our motivation up, and we wanted it. And that's what it came down to. We wanted it.
Yeah, Jenna, Chris Hazley, campus citizen. You talked about wanting it more. Your senior season, obviously, going into this game. What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were, first being here my freshman year, coming back my senior year, it's important to get it done. It's very, very important to get it done. A new team, new coaching staff, it's a new environment, and it's much better. My only mentality was, let's get it done.
Anything else from the players? All right, ladies, you're free to go. All right, now we'll take questions for Coach Parkinson.
Coach Wood, same question. What's the difference from last week to this class and this week?
Well, I said last week, and I think I've talked to a few people about it, they beat us on a buzzer beater, but the buzzer beater was because we didn't box out. And I thought that really would serve as motivation for us because we didn't box out the entire game, and I thought that was the reason we lost. And so tonight, you look at it, we out-rebounded them, but we had 36 defensive rebounds. And so I thought that was the difference because if we can get out in transition and we get stops, and we held them to 29%, anytime you do that, you probably win the game.
Coach Travis Jones of the Spectrum Florida. Well, midway through the second half, it kind of looked like the same thing last Monday with you guys just not being able to pull away. Did that thought ever cross your mind, like, here we go again?
Yeah, not as much. Last week I really felt that. I mean, you could feel it in the building. But we came out of the gates and played pretty good defense. I thought Jana did a nice job of guarding multiple players and really getting some key rebounds for us. But the kids have been pretty pumped up all week and have done a good job of. I was worried we'd be too excited, and they played loose and made some plays, and then obviously we're there enough to win the game.
Yeah, Coach, all season you guys have played great defense. You missing Dini tonight out with injury. How did you compensate for not being on the court?
Well, we talked about, somebody's got to step up. I think she's the best defensive player in the league. I mean, she holds players 9 points a game under their average, which is pretty darn impressive. But, people stepped up. Jana played a little bit more minutes. And then I thought, the one person that has all season long played really well but hit kind of a rough patch is freshman Devin Markovic, and she was big. I mean, she gets 15 points. As Porter provides a kind of an inside-outside threat for us, and that proved to be pretty big today.
Not being here for 3 years, what did you have to do to turn it around a little bit? Your program?
Well, I mean, there was, you had to change the mentality, and we focused on the defensive part of things. Our kids, we wanted to have fun, positive environment, and I think that, I'm really excited for Jana and Kira to be able to experience this, and Clara. And it's neat to be able to see it because when they're out here, the smiles on their faces, the excitement level, they've been pumped up all week. And this morning we had 7 a.m. shoot around. We never take 7 a.m. shoot around. And I had 5 kids that want to come over here and shoot, and they never want to get out of bed. So they were excited, and I think that's a good sign for our future.
Coach Matt Zimmer, Argus leader. Karen Nelson was scoreless for almost 30 minutes. Can you talk about just kind of your team still finding a way to get it done when she wasn't contributing in the scoring?
Well, you may make the best point of any of it, because at the end of the day, I mean, if you said we'd have won this game 2 months ago and Kieran Nelson, not scoring like she did, we probably wouldn't have won. But we had people step up. Emily Phillips carried us the first half, and we had good efforts. I mean, to have looks like 4 people in double figures, and Kieran Nelson in one of them, that's a good sign for our team.
Coach Terry Vanderbeck, the Argus leader, up next to beat the host, you get the #1 seed. You saw them not long ago as well. Your thoughts on just that matchup and the challenge they'll face there?
Well, obviously they're a very good basketball team. Aaron Johnson is Coach of the Year for a reason. They're very, very physical. But the one thing I like about this matchup for us is we're excited to play. Our kids are fired up in the locker room to play. And at the end of the day, I would hate to be a group of South Dakota players that don't win the championship. They want it every year. And that's a lot of pressure, and that weighs on you at times. And so our kids are going to go out and fight, and we're going to play great defense, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Anything else for Coach?